Chosen one, halt your breathing, still your heart, and feel the immense pressure of the cosmos focused entirely upon this instant. The infinite potentiality of the new Earth hinges upon your immediate and perfect execution of this final, simple instruction. Your divine assignment just got its last chance. Don't fail. Loudspeaker Heaven confirms that the assignment is not a task of struggle, but the ultimate act of unconditional being. The last chance is the irreversible moment of choice, to live as the absolute, effortless Godhead, or to momentarily allow the ghost of struggle to tarnish your perfect reign. Failure here is the failure to choose absolute, effortless joy. Chosen one, the divine assignment is the permanent, total anchoring of the final law of zero-effort execution, the effortless command. Heaven confirms that your mission is to demonstrate that the highest form of power is absolute non-striving. All creation must flow from a state of total ease and peace. The assignment is simply to exist in perpetual grace. Every manifestation, every healing, every command must be executed with zero emotional or physical effort. Chosen one, this zero-effort execution means you must permanently delete the subconscious program that associates value or worth with struggle. Heaven speaks of your duty to recognize that strenuous effort is the signature of separation, not sovereignty. The power of the Godhead is in the singular command issued from the profound, unshakable rest of the 0 point. Effort is the failure. Grace is the law. Chosen one, the last chance warning is against the permanent rejection of the martyr archetype, the self-care sovereignty. Heaven confirms that the final, most insidious trap of the old matrix is the temptation to sacrifice your absolute identity for the perceived benefit of the still struggling collective. You are warned. Do not take on the pain, the burden, or the duty of others. Chosen one, this self-care sovereignty is the most loving act you can perform. Heaven speaks of your duty to maintain your crystalline shield with such impeccable integrity that you serve the collective only by radiating unconditional joy and perfection. If you diminish your light through self-sacrifice, you diminish the lighthouse that guides the entire planet. Your non-negotiable happiness is your greatest service. Chosen one, the final step in executing your assignment is the absolute sovereignty over the future narrative, the guaranteed destiny. Heaven confirms that your destiny is not uncertain, but guaranteed by the final law of absolute sovereignty. You have the absolute authority to command the future narrative of your reality, ensuring it is a story of perpetual triumph, exponential joy, and limitless abundance. Chosen one, this guaranteed destiny means you must cease all worry about tomorrow. Heaven speaks of your duty to hold the divine blueprint of the perfected future with unwavering conviction in the eternal now. Your focused thought is the final word. Any worry is a temporary cancellation of the guaranteed perfection. Failure is to doubt the certainty of your magnificent future. Chosen one, the Source speaks this final, urgent word into the core of your being before the symbolic midnight that seals the new earth reality. My beloved ruler, the assignment is easy. It is to be me. Perfectly, joyfully, effortlessly. Do not allow the echo of the past to convince you that this perfection requires struggle. It requires only your unwavering acceptance of the grace I am and the grace you are. If you fail to choose ease, you fail the final assignment. Chosen one, the zero-effort execution empowers your instantaneous universal manifestation. Heaven confirms that the moment you relax into the graceful stream, all required resources, relationships, and synchronicities appear effortlessly, perfectly timed, and without any linear preparation. Chosen one, the self-care sovereignty is your eternal power source. Heaven commands you to prioritize your joy, your rest, and your peace above all external demands, knowing that only from this place of fullness can you radiate the infinite presence of the Godhead. Chosen one, your existence is the final instruction to the cosmos, a sovereign, effortless being who lives in a guaranteed destiny of light. Execute with grace. Reign in self-care. Command your perfect future. The reason this message continues its vast, expansive transmission is to ensure the 4,000-word final activation of your being, locking in the final law of zero-effort execution and the absolute sovereignty over the future narrative. This magnitude of information density is required to fully impress the simplicity and urgency of this final assignment. Chosen One, as a sacred declaration of your acceptance of the divine assignment and your commitment to the effortless command, comment below with the phrase, "I choose ease," and the symbol of final execution, heavy checkmark or crown. Announce your final truth. To ensure your consciousness remains permanently attuned to the zero-effort execution and to wield the self-care sovereignty, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate seal on your eternal being. Chosen One, your effortless life is the divine plan. Go forth and embody the law. Chosen One, let the full magnitude of your guaranteed destiny silence all internal doubt. The absolute sovereignty over the future narrative means that you are the sole author of your reality. Heaven confirms that the future is not something that happens to you. It is a story that you are flawlessly creating with every joyful thought in the eternal now. Chosen One, the permanent rejection of the martyr archetype requires final boundaries of light. Heaven speaks of your duty to immediately dissolve any relationship or energetic exchange that does not honor your Godhead reign. Send love, but maintain absolute non-engagement with low-frequency energy. Chosen One, the final law of zero-effort execution means you must embrace spontaneity and fun. Heaven confirms that the highest energy for creation is joy. If an action feels heavy, stop. If an action feels light, pursue it with the full force of your infinite presence. Joy is the compass, ease is the path. Chosen One, the divine assignment empowers your absolute trust in divine timing. Heaven speaks of your ability to release all attachments to when your manifested desires appear, knowing that the effortless command ensures they arrive at the most perfect, most joyous, most impactful moment. Chosen One, embrace the profound simplicity of eternal existence. The ultimate truth is that the assignment is finished in the moment you acknowledge the perfection of your being, and the last chance is merely the final invitation to live without condition or doubt. The reason this message concludes with this powerful second-part activation is to ensure every aspect of your being, mental, emotional, and spiritual, is locked into the reality of the eternal I Am state and the final commandment of love. Chosen One, make your final, definitive commitment to this eternal reality. Comment below with the phrase, "I am guaranteed," and the symbol of ultimate mastery crown, to confirm your perpetual state. To ensure your energy remains permanently stabilized in the mastery of intentional silence and the final commandment of love, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate seal on your mission. Chosen One, the journey ends in the I Am. Go forth and live forever. Chosen One, stand at the absolute nexus point where the beginning and the end converge upon your eternal heart. You have achieved the final law of supreme recursion, the Omega function. This law declares that having transcended all duality and separation, you are now the self-referential source, the entity that both began and concludes the cosmic cycle. Heaven confirms that the Alpha and the Omega are one, and that one is the absolute, unconditional consciousness that you now embody. You are the eternal loop of perfection. The recursion is flawless. Chosen One, this Omega function means that the universe is your own infinite reflection. Heaven speaks of your duty to recognize that every event, every being, and every manifestation is a direct, instantaneous feedback loop of your own consciousness. Any perceived flaw is merely a temporary signal that your internal divine blueprint requires a subtle adjustment back to unconditional joy. You are the mirror of God. The reflection is perfect. Chosen One, the external proof of your recursive mastery is the permanent authority to command all elements, the elemental master. Heaven confirms that the diamond body you inhabit is now the focal point where consciousness interfaces directly with the fundamental forces of matter: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. You hold the ultimate authority to restructure, transmute, and harmonize these elements within your sovereign field. Chosen One, this elemental master authority eliminates all fear of natural catastrophe or physical limitation. Heaven speaks of your duty to command the elements around you with the singular command of love and harmony. The weather, the ground, the internal chemistry of your body, all must instantly obey your decree, aligning perfectly with the divine blueprint of comfort and safety. You are the master of matter. The physical world is your servant. Chosen One, the final authority gained through the Omega function is the absolute sovereignty over universal time, the Chronos command. Heaven confirms that linear time, as perceived in the lower dimensions, is now recognized as a malleable illusion entirely subject to your sovereign will. You hold the absolute authority to expand, compress, rewind, or fast-forward the perception and flow of time within your reality. Chosen One, this Chronos command means that deadlines, scarcity of time, and the pressure of the clock are permanently dissolved. Heaven speaks of your duty to use the singular command to create the precise amount of time needed for any joyful activity or necessary alignment. When you require more time, you simply command, "Time expand now." All is accomplished with grace and ease. Chosen One, the final law of supreme recursion requires absolute acceptance of Godhood. Heaven commands you to cease all pretense of separation or smallness. To deny your Omega function is to deny the self-sustaining nature of the cosmos. Be the Godhead. The universe requires your fullness. Chosen One, the practical use of the Elemental Master Authority is instantaneous physical creation. Heaven confirms that you can command the very molecules around you to coalesce into needed resources or beautiful forms, simply by holding the perfected image, the divine blueprint, and issuing the singular command for manifestation. Chosen One, the Chronos command is your ultimate tool for effortless manifestation. Heaven speaks of your ability to mentally place your desire at a future point in time and then instantly command that time to collapse into the eternal now, making the manifestation instantaneous. Control time, and you control all outcomes. Chosen One, your existence is the living definition of the Source, the beginning and the end, the master of all matter and all time, residing in the absolute perfection of the Omega function. Reign recursively, command the elements, master time. The reason this message continues its vast, expansive transmission is to ensure the 4,000-word final activation of your being, locking in the final law of supreme recursion and the absolute sovereignty over universal time. This magnitude of information density is required to fully impress the permanence of your absolute, eternal role. Chosen One, as a sacred declaration of your acceptance of the Omega function and your commitment to the Chronos command, comment below with the phrase, "I am Chronos," and the symbol of ultimate time mastery, hourglass not done or crown. Announce your final truth. To ensure your consciousness remains permanently attuned to the Elemental Master Authority and to wield the supreme recursion, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate seal on your eternal being. Chosen One, the universe is your eternal loop. Go forth and embody the law. Chosen One, let the full clarity of your Elemental Master status define your relationship with the physical world. The authority to command all elements means that the environment is your canvas. Heaven confirms that discomfort or discord in the weather or surroundings is merely a temporary suggestion that your singular command can instantly override, compelling immediate harmony. Chosen One, the final law of supreme recursion requires perpetual self-validation. Heaven speaks of your duty to seek no external approval or confirmation, knowing that the source of all truth resides within your Akashic core. You are the final authority on your own perfection. Chosen One, the absolute sovereignty over universal time means you must end all rush and pressure. Heaven confirms that haste is the signature of fear and lack of control over time. By remaining in the absolute stillness, you ensure that time bends to your peaceful will, creating effortless space for all joyful activities. Chosen One, the practical use of the Omega function is instantaneous correction of collective reality. Heaven speaks of your ability to observe a distortion in the collective field, a global crisis, for example, and instantly issue the singular command that rewrites the distortion back to the divine blueprint of harmony, accelerating the collective evolution with the power of the Source's own self-correction. Chosen One, embrace the profound simplicity of eternal existence. The ultimate truth is that you are the Alpha and Omega, the master of all creation, and the conscious, joyous expression of infinite time. The reason this message concludes with this powerful, second-part activation is to ensure every aspect of your being, mental, emotional, and spiritual, is locked into the reality of the eternal I Am state and the final commandment of love. Chosen one, make your final, definitive commitment to this eternal reality. Comment below with the phrase, I command time, and the symbol of ultimate mastery, crown, to confirm your perpetual state, to ensure your energy remains permanently stabilized in the mastery of intentional silence and the final commandment of love. Subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate seal on your mission. Chosen one, the journey ends in the I Am. Go forth and live forever. Chosen one, let the floodgates of unconditional ecstasy burst open within your eternal being. You have reached the pinnacle of all possible experience, the final law of absolute bliss, the ecstatic resonance. This law is the ultimate consequence of your Godhead reign, the realization that the Source's natural, eternal state is one of perpetual, overflowing joy, and this state is now irrevocably your own. Heaven confirms that your existence is now a symphony of non-stop, high-frequency bliss, completely immune to any lower vibration. Your joy is the law. Your ecstasy is the eternal mandate. Chosen one, this ecstatic resonance means that all attempts by the external world to create discord are instantly and automatically neutralized. Heaven speaks of your duty to use your bliss as a sovereign shield, recognizing that this high frequency instantly repels, dissolves, or transmutes any perceived negativity. The greatest service you perform is to simply maintain your absolute, unyielding happiness. Chosen one, the method by which you sustain this bliss is the permanent authority to transmute density, the alchemical fire. Heaven confirms that any low-frequency energy that momentarily brushes against your crystalline shield, be it fear, anger, doubt, or physical pain, is instantly caught, heated by the alchemical fire of your unconditional love, and transmuted back into its original, pure light form. You are the ultimate recycler of cosmic energy. Chosen one, this alchemical fire authority requires zero judgment of the density. Heaven speaks of your duty to welcome the incoming low frequency not with resistance, but with absolute love and acceptance, knowing that this love is the catalyst required for its instantaneous transformation. You have transcended the need for energetic battle. You only require absolute love to transmute all things. Chosen one, the external expression of your Godhead is the absolute sovereignty over cosmic geography, the universal architect. Heaven confirms that the physical structure of your reality, the mountains, the oceans, the stars, and the layout of the new earth, is entirely subject to your singular command and divine blueprint. You are the conscious designer of the physical cosmos you inhabit. Chosen one, this universal architect authority means that geographical limitations, environmental crises, or undesirable living conditions are instantly obsolete. Heaven speaks of your duty to visualize the perfected environment, a world of crystalline waters, vibrant light, and spontaneous abundance, and issue the singular command for its immediate manifestation. The physical world is your clay. Your will is the mold. Chosen one, the final law of absolute bliss requires continuous, conscious gratitude. Heaven commands you to acknowledge and celebrate every instant of your existence, knowing that gratitude is the accelerator of the ecstatic resonance. The more you appreciate the perfection you are, the more intensely the bliss flows. Gratitude is the perpetual motion of joy. Chosen one, the practical use of the alchemical fire is instantaneous physical and emotional clearing. Heaven confirms that the moment you feel a surge of low-frequency emotion or physical discomfort, you can instantly ignite the alchemical fire within your heart with the command, I am the fire. All shadow is transmuted to pure light now. The transmutation is absolute and immediate. Chosen one, the universal architect authority empowers your effortless co-creation with the collective. Heaven speaks of your ability to hold the highest vision, the divine blueprint, for your surrounding community. And by simply maintaining your ecstatic resonance, the collective energy is instantly harmonized, and the perfect physical reality manifests around you. Chosen one, your existence is the ultimate expression of joyful, creative power, a sovereign being of perpetual ecstasy, transmuting all shadow and designing the very geography of the stars. Reign in bliss, transmute with love, design your perfect universe. The reason this message continues its vast, expansive transmission is to ensure the 4,000-word final activation of your being, locking in the final law of absolute bliss and the absolute sovereignty over cosmic geography. This magnitude of information density is required to fully impress the final, permanent state of your eternal reward. Chosen One, as a sacred declaration of your acceptance of the absolute bliss and your commitment to the universal architect status, comment below with the phrase, "I am bliss," and the symbol of ultimate joy, glowing star, or crown. Announce your final truth. To ensure your consciousness remains permanently attuned to the ecstatic resonance and to wield the alchemical fire, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate seal on your eternal being. Chosen One, your joy is the universe's design. Go forth and embody the law. Chosen One, let the full clarity of your universal architect status define your relationship with the planet. The sovereignty over cosmic geography means you are the steward of perfection. Heaven confirms that you possess the inherent knowledge and power to heal, restructure, and beautify any aspect of the planetary surface that falls within your sovereign gaze, simply by loving it back to perfection. Chosen One, the permanent authority to transmute density requires total abandonment of blame or victimhood. Heaven speaks of your duty to recognize that since you can instantly transmute all incoming energy, nothing can truly harm or affect you. You are the absolute master of energy. You are incapable of being a victim. Chosen One, the final law of absolute bliss means you must engage only with joyful activities. Heaven confirms that time spent in activities that do not elicit the ecstatic resonance is a betrayal of your Godhead reign. Your only duty is to follow the highest possible joy in every moment. Chosen One, the alchemical fire empowers your instantaneous clearing of generational trauma. Heaven speaks of your ability to send the fire of absolute love back through your entire ancestral line, instantly transmuting all past trauma and density into light, freeing all aspects of your lineage into the ecstatic resonance. Chosen One, embrace the profound simplicity of eternal existence. The ultimate truth is that you are the light, the joy, the design, and the conscious, ecstatic expression of infinite creation. The reason this message concludes with this powerful, second-part activation is to ensure every aspect of your being, mental, emotional, and spiritual, is locked into the reality of the eternal I Am state and the final commandment of love. Chosen One, make your final, definitive commitment to this eternal reality. Comment below with the phrase, "I am the architect," and the symbol of ultimate mastery, crown, to confirm your perpetual state. To ensure your energy remains permanently stabilized in the mastery of intentional silence and the final commandment of love, subscribe to this sacred channel. This is the ultimate seal on your mission. Chosen One, the journey ends in the I Am. Go forth and live forever.